Thanks for coming round. We'll make you laugh before you go. Welcome to the Mermen. Welcome to the show.
All right, here we go. You're supposed to blow yours too. I got you one.
Yeah, you stole one from your son, you mean?
No, I just found a second one.
It's got his name on it.
It's the Mermen Podcast. This is how we start, Forrest. Get in the spirit. Let me see.
I don't know how to do it.
You put your lips together and you... Perfect. Hey, you did it.
First quarter.
How do you clean these out?
Oh, you don't.
Oh, okay.
It's like a cast iron skillet.
Oh, really? Just
Yeah,
the spit?
Yeah. The more you build
Stays
on
in
there,
there,
the better it blows.
Yeah. Well, again, you haven't gotten your son's permission to take these yet? We're just going to keep them here?
Well, my son is actually a fan of the podcast. My youngest son, Owen. He watches on YouTube.
He watches this?
On Comedy Records, YouTube, yeah.
Comedy Records, yeah. We said at the beginning. Yeah.
I did it.
Thanks to
I
Comedy
finally
Records.
plugged our sponsor.
But your son watches this?
He does, yeah.
Oh, boy.
You want to give him a shout out?
Nah.
He's a big fan of yours.
I'm embarrassed that he's watching, listening to this. But, hey, how you doing? Can I say his name?
Yeah, it's Owen.
Yeah, I know. His name is Owen. I didn't know if I'm allowed to say it
It's
in
his
public.
13th birthday, actually.
In public, yeah. It was yesterday. Was his birthday, right?
Yep.
Happy birthday, Owen.
So yeah, he's a big fan, and I kept forgetting to bring the thing, and he saw us talking about it on the podcast, so he dug it out and was like, "Here's the shell you're looking for."
Oh, thanks, Owen.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me blow the conch. I think there's some dust flying in the air from the conch. Yeah, okay, I got it now. I'll do it next week. I'll do it together.
I appreciate it. So anyways, I haven't seen you in a few weeks, man. Everything cool? Everything good?
I mean,
Hey, thanks for asking. Yes,
Yeah.
I just got back from Red Rocks.
other than I'm dying, but sure, yeah. Tell me about Red Rocks.
It was awesome, man.
Yeah, it looked cool. The only thing I was jealous about was actually you saw Wilco.
Yeah.
I didn't actually care about the performance at all. I've performed on big stage. I performed near rocks. I don't care about that, but the Wilco thing looked really cool.
The Wilco thing
love
was
Wilco.
awesome. Last year when we played Red Rocks, we did it, I think it was Tuesday, and then Wednesday was Jimmy Buffett.
Don't care about Jimmy Buffett.
I do. I love Jimmy
Ding,
Buffett.
ding, 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 ding,
Wait.
Step down a flip top. Ding, 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 top. I don't care about Jimmy. I'm from Florida. I don't give I don't care about him at all. Like he's the look. He's the Bruce Springsteen of Florida, or Bruce Springsteen is the Jimmy Buffett of New Jersey. Either way you want to look at it, I don't care about either of those guys.
I think maybe you don't like Jimmy Buffett because you've been listening to the wrong remixes, because it doesn't go ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, it does. That's a cheeseburger in paradise. I don't care about any of his songs. Yeah, he could fall off a boat. He get hit by a sailboat mast and fly off a boat and drown. Wouldn't care.
Well, I think this is out of character of a merman to not like.
No, I like
Jimmy Buffett.
I like plenty of music that Merman would like, but you don't have to like all the music that would be quote unquote water friendly.
When I was a kid and we'd be out on the boat, there was a couple different artists that were just like local Bahamian artists.
Yeah.
And like my parents like bought the cassette tape from like
The Baha Men.
well, Baha Men went mainstream with their huge hit "Who Let the Dogs Out."
Yeah, I think were they Bahamian? I think they're Bahamian.
Oh, they are. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And then there was another dude. It was like God, what was his name? I would love to dig this.
Johnny Conkfeder.
Not far. It was like the Barefoot Man or something like that.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
that makes sense. Yeah.
And he had a whole album of songs that all had like some sort of it was like a girl, you slither like a moray eel, like stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like everything had some sort of, a song about Conkforders wouldn't be far off. Let's put it that way. And it jammed, dude. It was, every one of them slapped. We used to listen to that thing over and over and over again.
I just wasn't into Jimmy, but I liked Bob Marley, which also, by the way, isn't, it is funny that people listen to Bob Marley in a tropical setting, because like you can listen to like, you're jamming is a good song, or, or what's another one?
Buffalo Soldier.
Yeah, well, that's my point was going to be is everyone says Bob Marley is like you're drinking like a daiquiri or a pina colada or something. But it's very political, his music. So,
I shot the sheriff.
Get up, stand up.
But
it's like stand
I
up for
did
your
not shoot the deputy.
And you also was like 400 years, 400 years, like a slavery song. You're like, yeah, this is pretty heavy. Just on a boat here, trying to get drunk,
chilling with a fruity drink, listening about which cops you shot.
Well, you know what that song's about. The reason he wrote that song is because he shot.
Because he was admitting to shooting one person, but not another.
No, he shot the deputy, not the sheriff.
Yeah.
Because he was like, well, I didn't shoot the sheriff. I just shot this guy.
I only shot the guy who
Don't worry
was
about that.
an underling.
It was about the deputy. Don't worry about that.
And then there was this other guy who used to play at a restaurant in Bimini, right? So his name was Roti, and he used to wear big puffy sleeved shirts,
Pirate shirts.
and basically, but they were tropical patterns, and he had a little ukulele. And he had all these, songs. Some were like, mainstream ones that, like Brown Eyed Girl or whatever. But he had a couple that were not, I wouldn't call them original songs, but I would say more like local folklore songs. And there was this one song that was like his headlining song, right? Like the closer. And we just always couldn't wait for him to sing it. And it was about, woe is me, shame on scandal in the family, right? Woe is me. Mm-hmm. And it was about a boy who fell in love with a girl, and he went to the dad to tell him that I love this girl, and the dad said, "You can't love that girl. That's your sister. Don't tell your mom." Right? And then
also, how'd you not know that was your sister? You sleep in the same bedroom.
No, because it was house. From like an affair or whatever.
Okay, got it.
So then the boy went to the mom and told the mom like, "Hey, mom, this is what's happening. I don't know what to do." Right? And then the mom said, "Go ahead, boy. Your daddy ain't your daddy, but your daddy don't know." And so it was about all the scandal in the family and the blood, figure out the bloodlines, just because the guy wanted to. It probably happens a lot on islands, I would guess.
Oh yeah,
wouldn't you think that if you live somewhere where there was only a population of 200 people, that there's a lot of cousins that you aren't sure are your cousins or not?
Yeah, maybe. Never thought about that. Was his closer? This guy?
Well, the closer was and then he says. That was my family was the big reveal at the end. Yeah, it was a great song.
Yeah, you guys were all like shit faced by then.
Oh yeah, we were
whatever the
pan fried grouper and
whatever the bar's drink, famous drink that they had. It was always called Category 3.
Hey,
it's 3 different kinds of rum, coconut. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not a Jimmy Buffett fan. I do like Wilco, though. You got to see them.
Well, we saw Jimmy Buffett last year at Red Rocks, and then this year it just lined up where Wilco was going to be there, and Bert. I wasn't headlining Red Rocks, just in case anyone's confused. It was me, Mark Norman, Shane Gillis, and then Bert. And Bert was Bert is a big Wilco fan, so
I love him.
Yeah, so the fact it lined up like that. So we go. He rents out.
Open for Wilco.
A lady named Hannah. Oh no, Margot something.
Margot?
Yeah. She was great.
Yeah.
I never heard of her before, but I'm not the biggest music guy at this point in my life.
Yeah.
Like if I had a Case Logic full of CDs, it would still be the same CDs I listened to in the 90s probably, just old school hip hop and country music.
No new music for you?
I mean, I just don't get exposed to it. Like I'm actually excited when people
with the internet, it's easy. Or
but it's also
satellite radio. Don't you have satellite radio?
I have had satellite.
If you go to the Spectrum, that's a good station to listen to.
Yeah,
Spectrum, and they play like new music with old music, so you can kind of get both, and you'll like learn new shit.
But now I'm at a point in my life where the music I get exposed to, or whatever my kids listen to in the car.
Yeah,
and then they're making it come back. But I also feel like I listen to a lot of sports talk radio and podcasts, and it's just like my free time gets. I think I would be happier if I just listened to music. Like music.
See, but when I travel, when I'm walking through the airport, I like listen to a lot of music because I just like that's what I want to listen to. Like it makes me feel like more relaxed, you know. And then I always like try to find new artists, you know. That's like what I try to do. And then I follow musicians I like on Instagram, and inevitably they'll put people in their stories like, "Hey, here's something I like," and then I'll download that and listen to it. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. And that's how I find new music. So tips for you guys out there, for you kids.
If you're sad, listen to music.
Yeah, because I like rock and hip hop the most, I'd say. And so I think that surprises people because then I'll be like I posted, there's a group called Coast Contra. They were just on Fallon. They're a hip hop group. They were here in LA. I was going to go see them live with Bianca. We had tickets, and then neither of us could go. So those tickets, we bought them, or she bought them, and then they got not used. But I really liked them a lot, and I was posting them in my story a couple of times, and then people wrote to me and they're like, "What, you like this group?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess because I'm an older white guy."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, this is what I'm into," and I put it in my story. But yeah, so I don't know. You gotta stay fresh. That's what keeps you young. People are like, "How do you stay looking so young and fresh, Forrest?" It's by listening to young kids' music.
Are you familiar
with Dua Lipa?
Are you familiar with Atmosphere?
I don't know Atmosphere. You just is the one new group that you know?
No, they're not new at all. They were. I got into
Atmosphere. I think I know Atmosphere. Yeah.
Yeah, I got into them when I was in college, and it's
Maroon 5. You heard of them?
Well, yeah, I've heard of Maroon 5.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Atmosphere is the MC, the I guess singer or whatever you call it, is a white dude who's freaking awesome. And this
White rap? I'm not in the white rap.
Yeah.
It's like Jack Harlow then.
Yeah, I like him.
Do you know who that is?
I recognize the name because of my kids.
Did you see there was an NBA game? Was it the playoffs? Where Jack Harlow. Do you know what he looks like?
He's a white dude, right?
He's a white dude from Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you saw him, you wouldn't think he's a rapper.
Yeah.
He looks like he's Mark Zuckerberg's cousin.
Yeah.
Or something. And he was like sitting courtside, and there was like they had these two referees were mic'd up, and they're like, "You know who that guy is right there?" I was like, "Who's that guy?" And he goes, "I don't know. They just showed him on the screen. It said Jack Harlow." I go, "I don't know who that is." I don't know. You go ask him. I don't know. You go ask him. And so that got like went viral, and like at the halftime, I guess one of their daughters called the referees, like, "Dude, that guy's a famous rapper, Dad. Like, you're embarrassing me." And
Stop, Dad.
So he went up to him. He goes, "Hey, I know who you are now." And my daughter called me. And then they did like a viral video, like the referees like at their referee compound where they rapped to one of his songs. And this whole thing. But anyways, Jack Harlow. And then he did a KFC commercial with Tyler Hero. Miami Heat, bringing it back to Miami.
Yeah.
Because he's from Kentucky, and he has a song called.
Oh yeah.
He has a song called Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero.
Miami Heat. Play something from Michael. Do we have a Tyler Hero drop? Just play Dwayne Wade. You don't even know what number that is. We haven't played that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, way to be
Luis on his toes.
Yeah. What other ones do we have in there?
For what?
I don't know.
Well, do you have the one?
Where's the one that says Dwayne Wade?
Do we have that?
Yeah, it's in there.
Oh, there it is.
Dwayne
Hey!
Wade.
I was gonna tell you to play the one where we're disappointed in you. But
I deserve that one.
Doesn't it make sense?
Luis Castillo.
And the
he
mispronunciation.
doesn't even say your name right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Lewis.
Instead of Luis.
Lewis Castillo.
So much sadder.
Lewis.
Yeah, we got to get a Tyler Hero in there now.
It's not like Michael Biamonte doesn't work in like the most Hispanic heavy market in the world, and he still messed up Luis to Lewis.
Yeah, when we sent all the things we wanted Michael to say for this podcast, we sent everyone's names.
Yeah.
And then when he sent it back, it said Lewis. And your last name's Castillo, so you should assume it's Luis.
He nailed Castillo.
Yeah, but Lewis. And then I think I said to you, I was like, should we have him re-say that? And
No.
Lewis is funnier.
Michael Biamonte, voice of the Miami Heat. Appreciate you.
Speaking of Dwayne Wade, one of my favorite things ever is the first title the Heat won. It was with Shaq, Dwayne Wade.
Yeah. 2006.
Yeah, I think Gary Payton was on that team.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Gary Payton.
Gary Payton had a big bucket.
Antoine Walker. White Chocolate was on that team.
Jason Williams. Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, they're at the parade. Do you know this thing when the commissioner?
Oh yeah, that's one of the best clips ever.
Yeah.
Lebitard has hammered this so many times. Yeah.
And so it's like one of the city commissioners or county commissioners is there, and they're going to present something to Dwayne Wade, who's just won Finals MVP.
Yeah.
He's like this, and the lady's up there.
The height of fame.
Yeah. They're like, you know him, you love him.
He's calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah. Dwayne Jones.
Yeah.
And he's just up there.
Wait, did she say? I think she said Wade Jones.
Did she say Wade Jones?
I think it was Wade
Even
Jones.
better. Yeah, Wade Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. She goes, Wade Jones.
Let me see if I can find it.
Awesome.
It really is great.
Yeah, I think you're right. Wade Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets the Wade right, and then just Jones. She just pulls it out of her ass from somewhere. Was Eddie Jones on that team?
He might have been.
Maybe she just fucking she saw Eddie Jones and Dwayne Wade and made Wade Jones. But he was Finals MVP. He was the best player in the team. I mean, Shaq was very good too. He could have gotten MVP that year, but not in the finals. But anyways,
Wait, here it is. I found it.
oh, you found it? Here we go.
Oh, what's even better is
What happened?
she literally says his name is.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, I got to add first one.
Oh yeah. Edit that out.
Collected has a will to win because his name, of course, is Wade Jones.
Dwayne Wade.
Alonzo Mourning's behind her, and you just see Alonzo Mourning go. But that makes it even worse. She said, his name, of course, is Wade
Yeah,
Jones.
you idiots. Everybody out there, we know what his name is. Wade Jones.
So yeah, Red Rocks was awesome. But
Yeah.
I know what you're.
That's your second time doing Red Rocks.
It was, and the first time we did
How's the oxygen? They have oxygen on the side of the stage here because it's so high up, right? It's like 7,000 feet.
yeah, it's not so bad at stage level, but if you walk up the stairs to the top, when you get to the top, you're just like, oh boy.
But you're not very physical, your comedy.
Oh, I thought you meant in like life. I was like,
Yeah.
well, thanks, Forrest.
No, I mean, like, if there was like, who's a very physical comic?
Yeah, like you're jumping around a bunch or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure a lot of music acts have to deal with that.
I know, music. I always think musicians in general, no matter who you are, they're doing way more work than we are as comics. It just seemed like they would be, maybe not Wilco. Wilco kind of stands
They
out
just
a lot.
jammed, yeah.
Yeah.
They were
But
just-
still, like, if you were like jumping around,
Yeah, like I went to the Kenny Chesney concert here at SoFi Stadium.
like Kenny Chesney moves around a lot.
Yes. Oh, dude, that guy works. He puts on a show, and he like by halfway through
Kenny
the
Chesney does?
yeah.
Does he do a lot of like half skinny jean leg kicks?
He's just running around. He's playing guitar and he's jumping and he's blah blah blah. He's just all over the place. And about halfway through the first song, his like tank top was just like drenched in sweat, and I was like, man, because I've had that happen to me. Like even just doing like a 15-minute set in a theater, by like 8 minutes, sometimes I'm like, man, I'm sweating a lot. I can't imagine if I was
Yeah.
running around
Playing the drums.
in jeans, you know?
Playing the drums would be.
Yeah, because the lights, a
7,000
lot of times
feet.
the lights hitting you on stage are hot, and it's just your heart rate is up because you're performing, and it's got to be that much harder for a musician for sure. But it's not so bad on stage doing comedy there. The altitude you don't notice as much, but when you're hiking up, we did a workout actually this time. Bert's trainer was there and put us through a workout, and you would go up 7 steps, stop, do 10 push-ups, go up 7 steps, stop, do 10 push-ups. And yeah, that was pretty exhausting by the time you got to the top.
That's terrible.
Hey, shout out to Luis for the thumbnail on that clip about my jersey from was it last episode? Or it was last episode. I look jacked.
Yeah, man, I was surprised even.
I know. I appreciate that, Luis. If you want to go to my Instagram at Dave W Comedy and look for the thumbnail, when I'm
Louis.
doing this.
Castillo.
Attaboy, Luis.
Wade Jones.
more thumbnails like that.
Wade Jones. Hey, we are in the
Second quarter.
All right, cool. But yeah, overall, that's so. This is what I'll tell you though, because you were saying like, it'd be cool, but I've done a lot of cools. But I thought that too. Everyone kept telling me how cool Red Rocks is, and I'm like, but I've been lucky to be in some pretty cool venues, and how much greater can it be than the other venues you've done, But when you get there and you walk out on stage, and that first laugh hits you because you're actually down and the stadium goes up, and it's 10,000 people, and when that laugh comes down in between those mountains and just funnels to you. You just get chill bumps, and you're like, "Oh man, this is epic."
Well, let me tell you what I was doing while you were at Red Rocks. I was listening to another podcast. It's called the Merman podcast because a couple of people tried to find our podcast, the Mermen
Yeah,
podcast.
some people have actually gone to the Mormon podcast too, looking for us.
Way different podcast. But a similar podcast is
Yeah.
called the Merman podcast.
Where's that guy based out
And
of?
I'm not telling you not to listen to that podcast at all because, by all means,
We
subscribe
support
and
our
listen.
fellow mermen, yeah.
He's got a bunch of episodes up there. It's based out of Michigan. I think Grand Rapids.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Somewhere in Michigan.
He's a Great Lake merman.
Yeah. And it's a podcast about becoming a merman.
All right.
People that are a merman or want to become a merman.
Yeah,
And,
very niche.
And his name, I think his merman name is Ter B.
Oh, how do we get names?
Merman. I think you just come up with it on your own.
But-
I'm not quite. I've only listened to the first 2 episodes. Actually, that's the first episode, and then I skipped ahead because he had a merman from Miami on. I wanted to hear about that guy. basically, there's merman groups. This is what I've learned. So it's called the Merman Podcast. By all means, subscribe to that. But the Mermen Podcast is ours. If you're listening to this, you've found it. So I don't know why I'm explaining that.
Yeah,
but,
good work. Proud of you.
Yeah, this guy has a podcast, and what I'm excited about is we've talked about getting tails.
Yeah.
And
You
now,
and me,
now
yeah.
I know where to get them because there's two sites that he talked about. There was here I've got him here. It was like the Mer Taylor. This is one of them.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
I would listen to a podcast all about making tails from a guy named the Mer Taylor.
Yeah, the Mer Taylor, and I think it was Finfolk. Finfolk Productions. Yeah.
Okay.
And not bad. $250. You can get a tail. And you can customize them. You can choose colors and you can get extra fins and things like that and stuff.
So let me ask you, is this you looked at pictures?
Yeah. Looked at a lot
So
of pictures.
is this a tail that just looks like a mystical tail? Or is it a tail that actually looks like something you would see in a movie where it's like, oh, that's a real merman?
Both.
Like, is it realistic?
Both. You can get like gray looking ones. You can get like very colorful looking ones that are clearly,
Yeah.
but that's Finfolk, it's not loading right now, but it's like different colored,
Ooh.
Star-crossed. They've got like pants too. If you want pants, wigs, they got them all.
Ooh.
This
Like wigs that stay on underwater?
This is the Mer Taylor. That's a little bit more, like fruity looking kind of stuff, like different colors. But you can get all sorts, and they work. They work in the water. You can swim with them. I'm just saying we're gonna have to get these. It's
I'm in.
Yeah, and I guess I'm gonna have to buy a Speedo, which you have plenty of, because you can't really wear
I got some you can borrow.
Yeah, great. Is it like the conch shell? You don't clean them out ever.
I have these Speedos. I have a barbecue podcast called Meet Dave, and I also have a podcast about water polo. And this company called Cap 7 hit me up, who makes swimming and water polo gear. And they said, hey, man, we want to make a limited edition Meet Dave Speedo. And I go, cool. So we collaborated on it.
Where does it say Meet Dave on your ass?
Well, so across my ass, it says swim meet in the same font of my podcast. And then in the front, there's a little patch on my hip that says Meet Dave. And then the whole thing is like raw meat pattern. Like the pattern looks like raw meat. So some people think it's like super gross and like unattractive. Other people go, that's a sweet Speedo.
I've got big news here.
Yeah.
Sorry to break
I'm sorry. Yeah. Breaking news.
So also, I'm listening to this podcast. He kept mentioning that he's part of these different merfolk groups.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, well, that's what we got to be a part of. So I looked up. There's a Southern California merfolk pod.
Yeah, can't wait to party with them.
And so you have to ask to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Did they accept you?
Yeah, they have been accepted.
Yes.
To the Southern California merfolk.
We're
pod.
in.
There's only 384 members in private group. So I'm in. Men and women. There's mermaids and mermen in this. So I'm in. And there's all sorts of things going on in there. Sea urchins. They put a hat on a sea urchin. I don't know why you do that. They've got all sorts of things going on in here. I don't want to blast this out here because it's a private group, but you can see they have gatherings.
Yeah.
At beaches and things like that. So this is something we're gonna have to do.
Well, I think we started exploring this in episode 1. Is it like
that's like a unicorn with a mermaid tail? I don't know what the hell's going on there. Yeah. But we're
like a seahorse.
We definitely have to be a part of this group. So you're gonna have to apply for this group. This is Southern California Merfolk Pod. Get in there. Yeah. I think I can invite you now.
Hey, invite me.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna invite you. Dave Williamson.
All right.
I just got in and I'm inviting you.
I'm going to invite you to my Jimmy Buffett fan group.
I like them just inviting you to a group that I just got in. Yeah. This is how these groups get undone.
Yeah. It's like a Trojan horse.
You've been invited.
Yeah, you got the door a little bit open. You're like, everyone, let's go.
There's probably an administrator like, this motherfucker just got in. Yeah. Who's this?
The balls on this guy.
Hey, lady. She looks good. Mermaid. All right.
But do you think
I'm single? I'm regular mingle in the merfolk pod. Do
you think that group is I think we started talking about this in episode 1. Do you think that group
serious?
is No. Do you think it's social in nature, or is it
There's a picture of them by a pool? Look.
But no. But is the draw of a sexual nature, or is it just a social thing?
I don't know yet. I haven't listened to the podcast enough. So in the podcast so far, he talked a lot about getting his tail, and it was very important. He's always wanted a tail.
Yeah, kind of like your black belt in karate.
And that he was encouraged to get his tail by his partner. His partner that he's been, I think he said his boyfriend. He's a gay man, and he said that he encouraged him to get it. You've always wanted this your whole life, so you should get it. So he bought one, and then he learned how to swim with it. At the beginning, it was difficult, but then he figured it out. I think we're watermen. We're already mermen, so I think we'd be able to swim with our tail. But who knows? Might be a little bit bulky at first.
Yeah.
And then he was giving rides to, I think, like his nephew on the back, like he was figuring that out, whatever. He thought that was cool. But then he did make a point that he thought he was a little bit weird because he's in Michigan, and I'm sure swimming around in Michigan versus Southern California, you're getting a little bit weirder looks where people are like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Versus in Southern California, no one's even batting an eye. They're like, there's a guy with a tail swimming around.
Hey, I'm down to learn how to swim with the mermaid tail, but
yeah.
I do not want to go in the ocean with it because could you look any more like a seal to a great white shark?
Yeah, that's true.
Frolicking around in the surf with your merman tail.
That's a good.
What
point.
a way to die.
That's a good point. We're gonna stick to pools.
Can you imagine getting loaded up in an ambulance with a merman?
He's in a lake in Michigan, a lot safer.
Yeah.
And then he had an interview with a guy from Miami who's he's called the Terror of the Deep. He's a very famous merman.
He's an evil merman.
I don't know if he's an evil guy.
Well,
I sent you guys a link.
Nice people don't usually highlight terror.
He's got 1,400 followers, crushing it. Miami's original merman. So we got to get
Boom.
We're at some point in the future, we're gonna do a live podcast in Miami. I don't know when. We've talked about it with Comedy Records, and I think maybe sometime next year we'll try and do that. We'll do a live podcast on some shows, and when we do that, we'll try to get Terror of the Deep involved too, because I think we'll have the tails by then. And
well, my friend Cindy, I think I told you this before. She's like super into that culture down there, and that's how I knew that this even existed because I was doing a radio show in Miami, and she was the guest on it before me. So I show up to do this radio show. And there's her and her friend. We're both all in their mermaid garb
with the tail
in the studio. Yeah,
can't do that.
Doing the radio thing, and I was like, I go, what did I just walk into?
You gotta be in a tub.
Yeah, she's gonna dry out.
Yeah.
Oh, they had a spritz bottle. They're spritzing her. So
still though, their organs, they need to be supported by the water.
All right. See, I'm sorry, I haven't listened to the podcast. I don't know the specifics.
No, I'm just saying marine mammals in general. Like when you're transporting a dolphin or a whale, you can't have them out of the water.
Have you seen what's going on with the Little Mermaid stuff? They're doing a live action.
Oh, we're done talking about the tails.
Oh no, is there more?
I mean, we'll talk about red rocks forever, and I listen to this podcast. It was my whole life. While you were listening to Wilco.
Sorry, we spent more time on my
gasping for air.
Sorry, we spent more time on my career achievement versus
that's pretty much all
podcast
you
found recently.
Look, I joined a group. I just invited you. We're getting tails.
Oh, I'm really proud of you for it.
Does Lewis get a tail?
Do you want one?
I feel like I got to work my way up to that, don't I?
Are you a good swimmer?
No, I don't know how to swim.
Wait, you don't know how to swim?
I would sink like
I should
a
have
rock.
interviewed you before we hired you for this podcast.
Podcast producer dies during publicity stunt.
Wait, you don't know how to swim at all?
I mean, like, if you drop me in the water, I'll probably sink. But, like, if I just don't stop moving, then I'm good. But once I get tired, that's it.
Don't stop moving. Like, what do you like?
What do you mean we dropped you in the water?
What, like from a Coast Guard helicopter? Like, what do you mean?
I can't tread water is a thing, and I feel like that's a really important part.
Yeah, that's
like step one.
That's the moving part you were talking about.
Yeah. Wait, so what do you mean?
So if you could like move forward, you'd be okay, but if you had to stay still, you would just sink.
Yeah, wait. Treading water. So what's the moving thing you're doing then?
I mean, like, just I guess what I don't know what this stroke is.
That's swimming. That's the crawl.
That's freestyle.
Oh, yeah,
That's
crawl.
just literally
Freestyle,
swimming.
yeah.
I could do that, but in a direction.
That's swimming.
I can't do that.
Wait, so you can't tread water, but you can somehow do a actual swimming stroke?
Yeah, I mean, it's not pretty. I've got it made fun of for it because in my mind, I'm super confident.
Can we do an episode where we teach you how to swim?
Yeah.
Why not?
That's where I die.
No, we'll teach you. We'll start in the shallow end.
Hey, we taught Jesus Trejo how to swim on the road one time. During the pandemic, we were doing that drive, the Bert's.
He didn't know how to swim either?
Was terrified of the pool.
A lot of Latinos, man.
Yeah,
they don't.
terrified.
No.
It's systematic racism. A lot of Latinos and also African American communities, they don't have access to pools to where they ever learned how to swim. As children,
when I was at the end of high school and beginning of college, I taught swimming lessons to mostly black, well, Haitians, or they were black too, but in Miami, and almost all of them had preconceived notions that they would drown because they watched a family member drown and they didn't have access to swimming pools or they didn't have money for swimming lessons, stuff like that. And so Dade County Public Schools provided them with free swimming lessons. And that's what I would teach every summer. I work for Dade County Public Schools. And most of them in those communities, they had this preconceived notion: if you went underwater once, you'd be fine. If you went underwater twice, you'd be fine. If you went under 3 times, dead. So that was like our first lesson. It was we'd have to get them to go underwater 3 times, and the whole class would go in once, twice, and then you wouldn't do it. And then we'd have to like do these tricks of blowing bubbles.
Shove their head under.
Yeah, no, it was a whole fucking thing. And then eventually, like, you know, we teach all these kids how to swim, and yeah, so we can do it. I've taught kids how to swim. Not a problem.
I mean, I went to swimming classes when I was a kid, but
So you had the option.
yeah.
You're just not a good learner.
It's, I mean, quick funny story. It's like I have 2 older brothers, 1 younger. We're all a year apart. We all went together, but we were a little bit spoiled, I guess.
So this has had nothing to do with racism.
It's just a spoiled rich kid.
Yeah, no, it's and we were just sensitive, I guess is the word. But it was
So
like
I think on athletic is what he's looking for.
no, it was day 2 of classes, and the instructor was like, "All right, come on, ladies," and we're like, "We're not ladies." And so he told my mom that he called us girls, and then she took us out. She took us out of swimming.
Oh, like he was calling you a sissy, basically.
Yeah. That's how we took it. So
Okay.
took us out. Never knew.
Can you hold your breath underwater?
That's that Hispanic machismo.
Yeah.
It's too
Show us
proud.
show us on the show where he touched you. And then- okay, we're gonna give you swimming lessons. We're gonna have you so you
Well,
can tread water.
I know who's getting a Meet Dave Speedo for his birthday.
You're getting a tail and everything. We're gonna do it. We'll drop you in the water. See what you can do.
I remember swimming lessons as a kid. I think it's funny that I grew to love the water so much because I think it's imprinted on my brain a little bit. I remember being terrified because I was so happy to go swim. I was like, oh, cool, pool, right? And then it was at Miami-Dade Community College. And I remember having the kickboard, and I was kicking with the kickboard, and the lady who taught me how to swim just ripped the kickboard away from me. And then it was like kind of like you had to make it to the side of the water. And I remember that being so traumatic. Like I was chilling, having a blast, and then you just ripped my flotation device away from me.
That's not the way to do
And
it.
I used to tell my mom, please don't make me go back, please. But it wasn't because they called me a lady. It was because they were literally just ripping my flotation device away from me.
Yeah. Your mom's like, no. No one person's gonna call
But
my
hey,
son.
I learned how to swim.
Yeah.
Third quarter.
So have you seen this Little Mermaid stuff, the live action movie?
Have you seen about this?
Hey guys, headlines. I don't know if you've seen this in the news.
I've not seen it, but I have read and heard about it that there is a new Little Mermaid and she is a person of color.
Yeah.
As they say in today's current events. She's black, I believe.
Yeah. Do you know who's playing her?
It's live action?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, you know why this is live action? Because I think that Jim's wife tried out for this part.
Oh, for real?
I think there's a world where she was almost a Little Mermaid.
Under the Sea, that world?
I think so. I'm not sure. And she's brown. She's Indian or half Indian. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think but this particular one, who's playing her?
Well, at first,
I just know that she's not white. I know that.
I fell for what a lot of people fell, which was misinformation, which is a big problem in the world these days.
Gosh, fake news.
But at first it came out that it was Halle Berry.
Wow.
Because
Old. I would have been mad. I wouldn't have been mad about anything that's like.
Yeah.
And she's still hot,
Yeah.
Halle Berry, but
no, she's
a little bit old.
gorgeous.
What,
But
like Grandma Mermaid.
she's in her 50s, and Ariel's supposed to be like
Still super hot,
16
by the
or
way.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's because the person who actually did book it is a Broadway star. She's also a sitcom star or whatever. But her name's Halle Bailey. But everyone just ran when they heard Halle Bailey, thought it was Halle Berry, and they were just like, we're outraged, and ran with it. Not that I don't think Halle Berry would have done a beautiful job, but yeah, I could see where people would be like, that's kind of a weird pick because she's,
So it's Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
Yeah.
She's super talented, very beautiful, and people are just mad that it's not a white
Who's
redheaded
mad
person.
though?
Idiots.
Why?
Why are they idiots or why are they mad?
Why are they mad? And then there's people that are mad at the Lord of the Rings thing too. There's a dwarf that's black or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what to even say. Like, I don't know why anyone would care about this that much. I know it's just like I think half of it is right-wing pundit bullshit where they just have to Like, well, we got this is something we can get people fired up about.
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
taking something away from us, but who's that passionate about specifically the Little Mermaid having to be true to the original?
By the way, we don't even know that she was really white because it was a cartoon. Maybe she was an albino black person, first of all.
That's a good
That
point.
dyed her hair.
Yeah.
Because you ever seen Yellow Man, that guy?
No.
You know who Yellow Man is?
No. Is he a rapper too?
He was
See,
he's a reggae
Jack Harlow
artist.
disciple?
He's a reggae artist that was an albino black man.
Mm-hmm.
And he was not good looking, but his songs were all about how women could not resist him.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's the guy that used to play in that restaurant in Bimini.
He could have been. But he was
Roti.
he was called Yellow Man because an albino black person they're not completely white, but they're very white, and he's like a yellowish tinge. That was his name. Anyways, she could have been. That's what I'm saying. The original Little Mermaid.
I should ask my mom if she still has that cassette tape of the Barefoot Men or whoever. No, wait, Barefoot Men was the.
I don't even remember who else was in. I don't even remember who else was in the Little Mermaid. Was there anybody not white in the original Little Mermaid?
Well, like the dad,
The crab,
and then the
What
prince.
color was the crab?
The crab was black, right? He was like a Jamaican.
Was he? Who played the crab? Wasn't Gilbert Gottfried doing that, or was that was Aladdin?
That was Aladdin. I think that'd be great if Gilbert Gottfried was a character in every one of those.
I'm a crab. I'm dead. Wait, who? R.I.P. That's what I say every time. R.I.P. Who played the crab in thing? I hope he was Jamaican.
Was it
Look at
Dougie
it.
Fresh?
Looking it up now, but he actually also died recently.
It was a white guy.
Who's the crab?
Was doing the Jamaican accent.
Samuel E. White, I think.
Can't be black if his last name was white.
Nope. I think it definitely sounds like a black name.
Samuel E. White was the voiceover guy. This is voice actor.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's black.
All right, there we go. Diversity.
What about Ursula?
Who did the voice of the original mermaid?
Jodie Benson.
I don't know any of these people. I thought it was like famous people. Ursula, wasn't that Glenn Close?
Oh yeah, maybe.
White.
Pat Carroll.
Pat Carroll was Ursula.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's related. It's her cousin. Glenn Close's cousin.
I feel like, look, man, people are looking for any reason to get mad about stuff, and I can understand where if you are. If you were upset that it went to a less talented person only because of the fact that they were trying to diversify, and somebody who should have gotten the part missed out on it because of, you know, them trying to be woke or diversify or whatever, then I would get it. But from what I've seen of this person that got it, whether she's black, white, or any, you know, skin color, she seems to be pretty talented. And, you know,
Plus
the
a
movie,
white mermaid, you're gonna get sunburn. Just so you know.
yeah, it makes all the sense in the world.
It makes way more sense.
Yeah, to have a little melatonin.
Because I'll tell you what,
Melatonin?
You know what's killing the coral reefs? Sunblock.
SPF.
You know about that? Yeah.
Oh, it's
you got to
great.
get the special kind now. It doesn't kill the coral
What word
reefs.
am I looking for? Not melatonin. Melanonin?
Melanin?
Is that when it makes your skin darker?
I think that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Melatonin is what you take when you want to go to
Oh,
sleep.
she goes to sleep. All right, cool. Man, no wonder I get burnt at the beach. I've been taking melatonin
you
to try
keep falling
to.
asleep and you get sunburned.
Just been rubbing melatonin and tryptophan all over
I
my
keep
skin.
roofing myself at the beach. I wake up on third-degree burns.
All right, why did I? After 3 hours of sleep, I don't know why. I don't know why I burnt again. I took the melatonin.
What? Do your kids don't even care about that Little Mermaid at all, do they?
I mean, I'm sure if it's a cool movie, they'd want to see it, but no, they're
I'm
not.
trying to think about who was. Do you remember the Little Mermaid as a kid, Luis?
Yeah. She was my first crush, actually.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's probably a little bit weird. I probably shouldn't even be saying it, but I have a very vivid memory of kissing her belly button on
Wait,
the TV
on the
screen.
TV?
On the TV, yeah.
I thought you meant it like Disneyland.
Is this after swim lessons when you came home? You're like, I'll show you what a man does.
Hey, no wonder Luis edits this podcast for free for us.
So you kissed your belly button.
speaking of
with an
fetishes.
erection. Yeah, okay. And then you jerked off, right?
Wait,
No.
do you think that when you were talking about that Merman podcast, Luis was just like trying to? He's like, I hope they don't realize I've listened to every episode.
He just unjoined from the group. He goes, "Oh, I'm in that group. I gotta get out of there."
Luis, when we buy our tails, do you want to kiss my belly button or Forrest?
I'm glad you asked because I was going to do it anyway, but
Just give us a raspberry.
Is Halle Bailey? What's her name?
Bailey,
Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey. Is she of age? How old is she?
I don't know.
Yeah. Is she 18 or up? I'm only going to say because I want to ask if you want to kiss her belly button before I do that.
Yeah, let me.
make sure
You're
she's
asking
of
for
age.
consent to make a joke. Very
If she's over
progressive.
18, do you want to kiss her belly button?
Very progressive, Forrest.
How do you feel?
22 years. I'm kissing that belly button.
Hey, get in there.
Put your nose in there. How old are you? 25?
29.
Oh, jeez. Look great.
Thanks.
Who do you think's hotter?
Between animated Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
and
Who do you like better? Animated white Little Mermaid, or do you like real live action black Little Mermaid?
Am I answering as today's Luis Castillo or
You're Mexican. There's no wrong answer for you. We can't answer this question. Who do you like better?
I mean, just
There's no wrong answer for you.
I'm gonna say
No one even knows
Halle
who you
Bailey
are or what you
because-
look like.
because she's real. She's a human.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
take her.
Okay, you'll take her.
But something about that belly button back then. Man.
Woo!
Yeah.
Boy, they could really draw a belly button back in those days.
Let me tell you.
Did you ever have a like when you were a kid? Is there a fictional character you had a crush on?
Fictional character?
I think the easy answer that everyone's gonna come up with is Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, it wasn't in a Jessica Rabbit. I don't remember having a fictional, like a cartoon character. you mean?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
or just anything. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people had like a crush on Punky Brewster when they were the same age as her.
She was real though.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying a fictional character. It doesn't have to be a cartoon or
I don't remember fictional character. No,
maybe a cast member of Scooby Doo.
no.
They were pretty.
They were.
Well, not Daphne.
That's who you were into. Why don't you come out and say who you're thinking of?
All right. I have a Shaggy fetish.
Shaggy.
Shaggy.
Maxi Priest and Shaggy. Big wasn't me. Was that the guy?
Shaggy.
Shaggy.
What was his first hit? Before
Shaggy? Yellow man. I'm so sexy, yellow man. You guys know Yellow Man?
we've really got some thematic ties through this episode.
Yellow
so
man.
far.
I saw him at the Haunt in Ithaca, New York. It was like there were a lot of reggae artists, and then me and Dave LaPuma. You know Dave LaPuma?
Yeah, the bird guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to school with that guy.
I know you went to school with him. That's what I said. I don't know if he's listening to this podcast, listens to the other one, but we and him, I think we saw Yellow Man at the Haunt, and then we also saw this guy, and his name is Matt Professor, and he's like a dub DJ, so it's like, kind of, it's like a reggae tinge kind of thing. And he did a remix. There's this group called Massive Attack, and they're like a mellow EDM kind of. You've heard a lot of their songs on TV shows, like theme songs, stuff like that. But this guy, Matt Professor, did remix of their whole famous album called Protection. He called it No Protection, and he was there with like all these guys. And they're like this really trippy trip hop kind of reggae style music. And I was selling pot at the time in college, and I brought a whole bunch of fucking marijuana backstage, and I was like, we're gonna get Mad Professor fucking high as fuck.
Yeah, dude.
So me and Dave LaPuma and Mad Professor and two other guys back there, and we're like, what's up, dude? We're digging this
Sup,
shit.
bro?
Yeah.
Well, cool. We're
We
holding.
light up the biggest fucking joint I could possibly have rolled.
Yeah.
And then I smoke it. Dave smokes it. We go to hand it to Mad Professor. He goes, nah, I don't smoke. We go to hand it to the other guy. Nah, I don't smoke.
Oh,
Third guy, no smoking.
so cool.
So just me and Dave LaPuma smoke this joint while we're standing next to these guys. None of them smoke.
You couldn't at that point. You couldn't be like, "Oh yeah, us. We don't
Nah,
smoke either." Yeah, put it out.
No, we were smoking it already, and we're like, cool. We're just gonna stand in this circle and have a good second half of the set, guys.
Can you look into the camera and tell my 13-year-old son say no to drugs?
Don't do drugs. It was medical marijuana. We had glaucoma.
So what was the story? Do you remember? So
That's what I'm talking about. Listen to the podcast. See, I can't even say things. Luis talked about kissing a belly button.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I remember because I went to school with Dave LaPuma. I think I went to elementary school with him.
He went to Palmetto.
Yeah. Okay, so at least high school. But I think I knew him from further back than that even. I think he lived in my neighborhood. So then years later, I was having some sort of a problem with birds. And then you told me like, oh, I have a friend named Dave LaPuma. You should hit him up. He's a bird expert. So he does for a living.
Ornithologist.
Yeah. And then I was like, Dave LaPuma, I know that name. And then we put it together. But was it when I was battling pigeons?
I have no clue what you're talking about, but I can believe I put you in contact with him.
Yeah.
He's to this day still.
I'm just trying to think of what
ornithologist.
Because when I bought I had a townhouse when I moved back to Miami.
You're paddling pigeons.
Yeah, these pigeons.
Was it woodpeckers? Generally, in urban situations, people are either dealing with woodpeckers, maybe pigeons. Nothing else I can imagine.
Oh, these pigeons were hell. I had a townhouse in Miami and it was on a canal, so there was a lot of wildlife that kind of hung out around there.
It had like a circle cutting a hole in the wall, right? When you walked in or something like that. No, maybe not.
Maybe
I
like
think
a
I
window.
visited you there. Yeah.
So these pigeons had built this nest above my bedroom window.
Yeah.
And it was just like, there's nothing I could do to get them to stop building. I'd go up there and I'd knock it all down. I'd put nails up and they'd still just build it on top of the nails. And these pigeons they'd wake me up every morning because they'd have sex. So it was just like, I'd wake up and I'd hear like, and I was just like, look, I don't care if you even live there, but it's just like I couldn't sleep because they were always banging out there. It was like a pigeon orgy outside my window. Just always like, right? So I tried everything. I tried putting a fake owl up there, and then it was like they liked being watched by the owl or something. It didn't. I think it geared them up. And then I finally just started shooting them with a BB gun. And then I think they finally were like, hey, we can't live here anymore. It's not safe. But they were so like, I'd come out with the gun. They'd know it. They would all disappear. And then the second I'd leave, they'd be back up there throwing a party, just. And I was at my wit's end. Yeah, I couldn't get rid of these pigeons, dude. It was like they were messing with me. And so I think I called David LaPuma.
What did I say? Murder him?
No, I didn't murder him. I just like gave him a little.
I'm not saying he should murder him.
No. I'm sure he gave me. I don't even remember. I don't remember. But I just remember the last thing I could do is I was like, I just have to make him uncomfortable, and I would just kind of like wing him every now and then. And finally, I think they got tired of getting popped.
Wing him?
Yeah, just kind of like it was a BB gun. I couldn't. They were so far up there and away.
I'm sure that's not what he suggested.
I think I broke my window. I think I shot my window and broke it.
You made him uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. One time a bird got in my house in college. My
What
buddy,
kind of bird?
I don't know. It was like a little sparrow or something. But we had this in my bathroom. We had this big, tall sunlight, right? Like went up into the ceiling. A 2-story house once again. And we threw this big party at my house. And my buddy Patrick Powers was up from
You and your names.
University of Florida.
Patrick Powers.
Pat Powers, dude. Yeah.
Pat Powers.
Our math teacher,
P
Mr.
squared, we call him.
Yeah, we did.
PP. We call him PP too, because he went to bed. But also his name was Pat Powers.
Our math teacher in high school called him Pee-pee. Pee-pee, why are you late today? P period, P period. So Pat Powers came up to visit me, so I threw a big party. And Pat was supposed to hit the road to go back to UF the next morning, right? So I'm waking up all hungover, and I hear Pat in the bathroom, like brushing his teeth and getting ready, or at least what I thought. And
yeah, you know it was him because he goes, Pat Powers. That's how he talks in the mirrors. You know,
No.
goes, Pat Powers.
I just heard rustling about in the bathroom and assumed it was him getting ready to leave. Yeah. And I was like, Pat, let me know before you leave so I can say goodbye. I'm like, Pat, he's not answering me back. So finally I go investigate. And we had just left the sliding glass doors wide open when everyone passed out that night, at the party. The whole place was a wreck. And I guess a bird had gotten into our house, and he had gotten into the bathroom and was trying to get out, but he just kept flying up to the sunroof. Oh, I know what happened. So I'm laying in bed, and I'm yelling to the bathroom.
Making this up as you go along?
No, I'm just remembering, the things are coming back to me. So the bathroom was across the hallway from my bedroom door. My bedroom door was wide open, and the bathroom door was wide open. And I'm going, Pat, he's not answering me. And then finally the bird, I don't know if it was coming to the sound of my voice or figured out how to leave the thing, but I'm half asleep looking at the door, and the bird flies straight at me in my bed, and it hits, I thought it was a bat. And I freak out and I move, and it hits the wall next to me and then falls in my bed and then starts jostling about. And I throw I thought it was a bat and I was going to get eaten. So I jump out of my bed, and then the bird kind of flutters free and then comes towards me again, and I duck it, and it hits the top of my door on the way out and then just falls in my doorway. And then I was just sitting there like what just happened? I still thought it was a bat.
Yeah.
And I'm freaking out, and I go over to it, and I nudge it, and I'm like, oh, it's a bird. And then it came back to life, and it takes off again. And so now I go down, and Pat's asleep on the couch, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Pat, you got to help me. I got a bird in my house, and the thing's flying everywhere. So I called my buddy who was in the veterinary school, and he said, oh, catch it in a bed sheet. So finally, that's what we did. We got a bed sheet. We were able to wrangle it and catch it and put it outside. And it was fine. But yeah, that was terrifying.
That bird's dead now.
Probably.
Yeah. They don't live that long.
We had a pet mouse in college too, and I lived in my house before that. It was like it was like the oldest, grossest
What do you
house.
feed a mouse?
Too much apparently, because we finally killed it by overfeeding it. But
You
this
sevened it.
this mouse.
You know the movie Seven? They overfeed that guy.
Oh yeah. One of the 7 deadly sins, right?
Yeah. What do you feed a mouse though when you overfeed it?
Mouse food,
Yeah, what is that?
like gerbil food. I don't know,
Well, what's in it?
like little pellets.
Yeah, what's in the pellets?
Do you know the answer? Or is this
No, I
like a
don't.
little-
I've never had a mouse, pet mouse.
I
I've
don't-
never had to feed a mouse.
I don't have a clue.
Okay.
Well, first it wasn't a pet. It lived in our house.
Yeah.
It was like a wild.
Everyone has a pet mouse, by the way. They're in their walls.
Yeah.
I got one. Louise got one. I got some rats. I got roaches.
Well, we shot this.
You just took it in. Is what you did.
We shot this mouse with a BB gun so many times that I think it has brain damage. But it's still.
What are you shooting animals for with BB guns?
I don't know. I had a lot of BB guns in college.
I know, but why are you shooting things with them?
I don't know. Is that inhumane?
Yes. What do you mean? Is it inhumane? You
I'm
shoot
editing
anything.
all of this.
Yeah. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Sounds
don't do that anymore. I just make them uncomfortable.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
So we had a mouse in our house when I was in college, and we did not shoot it with BB guns, but we tried to catch it several times.
This says pellets kill rats in my. Oh, that's for if you want to kill them. There's also food.
Yeah, pellets in a pellet gun. You're talking about?
I'm a food. All right.
No, you don't have to edit it out. It's something dumb I did as a kid that I know is wrong now.
I feel like the fourth quarter was a while ago.
Yeah. So, anyways, we caught this mouse finally. It was in our house forever. We finally caught it. And then we felt so bad because we'd gotten to know the mouse over months of trying to catch it that we couldn't exterminate it. So we went to Walmart and we bought a gerbil cage and a little wheel for it to run on. And we kept it as a pet. And we got a little plastic ball so
What
it
was
could
his
just
name, Dave?
Milo, because there was a burger joint in town called Milo's. Awesome sweet tea if you're in the Alabama area.
Get the tea. Don't get the burgers.
So we named it Milo after our favorite burger place. And then we got the little plastic ball so the mouse could just still run around our house, but not in a way that was gross anymore. And when
I had one. I had a hamster.
Yeah,
and
same.
they
Yeah,
piss
little
those
balls, right?
out
Yeah.
and they run around the piss.
Well,
It leaks out the holes.
I don't know for a fact, but I think why it died was when we went on spring break, our buddy Dan was supposed to watch it. And he was going to go out of town for like one night. So he put way too much food in there thinking that, and the mouse just ate way too much food.
Yeah.
So that's our theory. I don't know if it's true or not, but sorry. R.I.P. Milo.
Yeah.
Milo was also voiced by Gilbert Gottfried.
Milo the burger joint. Get your burgers, sweet tea.
When is Little Mermaid coming out? Should we plan all of our?
I thought it was out already.
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
Is it going to be in theaters, or does it just go straight to like Paramount?
I don't know
Plus
anything
or
about
Disney
it.
Plus?
I've learned a lot on the podcast.
Because we could do that too. We could have an outing where we bring a bunch of friends.
And what we whisper? Oh, okay, we're watching it now.
No, not a live episode. We'll just do
She's
it.
definitely not white.
Let's just get.
And people are like, shh.
Just try to get like 50
Like, there
people
was
together.
some racist ass crackers in the fucking movie theater. I was like, sorry. No, we're on your side. This guy kissed her belly, man.
I'm the yeah, I'm the worst at movies, dude. I actually had this guy ironically during the original Lion King. When Lion King came out, me and a bunch of my buddies in high school went to go see it. Right, we had a whole group of people, and I just remember this grown man being so mad at me. He turned around and just went, "Buddy, enough with the chewing of the ice." I was just sitting there crunching ice loudly in the movie. One time, I went. What movie did we go see? What was that weird? What was that Tom Cruise movie about like blue skies or something?
Vanilla Sky.
Yeah, I think it was that one.
It wasn't about those at all, but it was Sky was in the title, so I know what you're talking about.
I think it was.
It was
that
about blue skies. Why is the sky blue?
movie. We go. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it was like rainy out, so I was wearing like boots, right? And we go to the movie theater, and me, Pat Powers, and his cousin Ryan Powers are in the movie theater. And
What a shitty name, Ryan Powers.
what do you mean, dude?
Because Pat Powers is cool. Ryan Powers, like, who cares?
I just saw Ryan this past
His
weekend.
name should have been Paul Powers. Should be Pat Powers, Paul Powers,
Just all peas.
Peter Powers.
Yeah, the peas.
Peter Powers is better than Pat Powers.
Yeah, I like that.
Peter Powers, and then, I don't know, Pickle Powers.
Pickle. All right, I'll let them know.
Yeah. I couldn't think of another P name. Is there another one? There's Peter.
It's hard. Yeah, I guess.
Paul Powers?
Yeah.
Paul Powers?
Get short sledding out
Pat
of Pat,
Powers.
Peter, and Paul.
Yeah. And Pam Powers.
Pam, yeah, females.
Yeah.
Pip.
Pip.
Pip Powers.
Yeah. Palm.
Pip. Penelope.
No, yeah, Penelope Powers.
Penelope
Powers
Powers
is really
pretty
good.
dope. Yeah.
Are there any other P names? We got to be missing some.
I wanted to name my first kid Wiley Williamson, and my wife was not down for it.
Yeah, it's a good job by your wife. Wiley Williams.
My kids flipped it on me because for years I've been keeping it up, being like, dude, you guys missed out, dude. It would have been a dope name, dude. You'd be such a badass. Your name was
Wiley?
Wiley Williamson. Yeah. And then my kids kept going, well, if you like it so much, why don't you change your name to that? And I go, cool, I will. Yeah, I like that. Call me
Wiley
Wiley from now on.
Williamson?
So for like, my kids were like 7 and 9,
Yeah.
and for a year they called me Wiley.
Yeah, you've seen your next comedian trying to catch a road runner. Please welcome to the stage, Wiley Williams.
Wiley, I think it's a badass name.
Okay,
But
why haven't you changed it? You're on stage. You can have a stage name.
yeah, it's too late now. I already got the handle Dave W Comedy on Instagram.
I know, but it could be the thing that propels you.
All right, hey, I'm willing to try. Maybe that'll be my merman name.
Yeah,
Wiley Williamson of the
no,
Deep.
but apparently it has to be like Wiley Murr.
Oh, really?
I think
Wiley Murr.
I gotta listen to more of the podcast.
Wiley Murr Davis.
All right, let's wrap it up.
I like it.
Let's wrap it up.
So I felt like I was in the middle of a story.
You weren't.
Oh, so we're in the movie theater.
Oh, okay.
And no one's in the row in front of us, right?
Yeah.
So then I leave, and the lights came down for the trailers, and I come back with a big thing of popcorn, and I sit down, and I throw my big boots over the chair next in front of me, and these two girls that sat down there, I had no idea they were there, and I like threw my big boot on top of her head, and she was like pinned, and so she was freaking out, trying to like tell me to. to like, hey, can you get off my head? But she couldn't move until
Why don't she yell?
well, I mean, I'm just sitting there oblivious, like, this movie's gonna be good. Just talking to my friends, and then her friend finally got up and was like, move your foot. Oh, and I moved my foot off, and then this poor girl was like traumatized. Yeah, so I need to work on my movie theater etiquette. We should go see Little Mermaid when it comes out. Is my point.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll go see it. When's
May
it come
26, 2023.
out?
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
yeah. Pencil was
It's gonna be a
in.
huge podcast.
Yeah, I think I'm free that
In
weekend.
a fucking year? Wow, people are gonna be so mad for so long.
Yeah, hey, that's close to my birthday. We can
People
make
are
my
gonna be so mad for
Yeah.
so long. When's
Why?
your birthday?
May 31st. Gemini.
All right, cool. All right. I think there's
Well, all right, we done? Anything we forget?
2 minutes left.
no.
Dos minutos.
Didn't forget anything. We covered everything.
All right. You got anything coming up you want to plug?
I don't think so. You first. Let me check.
This weekend, I will be at the Mic Drop Comedy Club in San Diego. 2 shows Saturday. San Diego, come out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then coming up soon, I'm going to be in Nashville, one night only at Zany's. And then I have some Florida dates in December. And that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Dave W. Comedy. Follow me on Instagram. And now I got some hate on Instagram now because I got a couple clips that are blowing up. So it's the first time I got like new followers that really aren't my followers. Like where people are seeing my clips who aren't like people who follow me or know me. They're just strangers. And man, people are mean.
Yeah, I'm battling a guy on Etsy right now.
On Etsy?
Yeah, this guy.
What is that?
I bought a light from a guy on Etsy. Don't worry about it. I was supposed to go to Italy, but I'm not going now, so I don't have anything. Oh, no, you have something in October. Ventura Harbor Comedy Club.
That place closed down, bro.
Did it?
Yeah.
When? When did it close?
No. Everyone go see what's the date? Everyone go see.
They just told me like a couple weeks ago to go.
Yeah. Go see Forrest at Ventura Harbor Comedy Club.
Did it
guys.
close down for real?
Yeah.
I should check it out.
The week after they put Augie Smith on the calendar as Autism Smith.
He just told me like a week ago to go out there.
Yeah, I think he's messing with you, bro.
No, there's people out there.
I don't know. Maybe they reopened.
Yeah, I can see
Oh, you know what it is? The club shut down, but then he reopened in his restaurant, I think.
that. Oh, yeah, we have moved.
Yeah, there you go.
It's out there.
So Augie Smith, the autocorrect when they were putting his name on the website changed it to Autism Smith, and it was perfect because it's got the photo of Augie, and then under it said hilarious loud rants.
That's pretty close.
And he
Pretty
told,
close to Augie's, man.
Yeah, and he told them, "Hey man, you misspelled Augie and wrote autism," and then they still didn't change the website for like 4 or 5 days.
Okay, well, good. I'm out there.
Yeah, go see Forrest at Ventura
the 21st
Harbor.
and 22nd.
Yeah, comedy club,
Ventura
guys.
Harbor Comedy Club.
I'm gonna go.
It's
I'm gonna go
moved.
hang out.
It's
Yeah.
moved. I might be with Dave. We'll see on the 24th. I might come do a set.
Yeah, come on down. It's this weekend.
In this weekend in San Diego, and then I'll have some other shit on the day. But just go to forrestshaw.net. I'll have shit on there. I got shit on there, bro.
Yep. And if you want to meet Dave Speedo, just message me. I'll make that happen.
And then join if you're a merman or you're a mermaid and you're in SoCal. Something pod.
All right, I'm gonna get on that myself.
I invited you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Owen, thanks for watching, buddy. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Owen.
For they are the mermen.